Hi friends, Comedy Bandcamp is starting soon, so I wanted to tell you about all the cool things that we have planned for you.
You're too close.
There's a personality quiz to tell you which Comedy Bandcamp troupe you're in. We've got a lot of fun stuff planned for each troupe specifically. Leading the way will be our camp counselors. They'll be heading up special events and meetups all throughout the tour. Take the personality test to see which one is yours.
Camp! It's Josh Johnson in 3D!
Ooh, I'm in 3D. Good popcorn.
One thing that I do find is very difficult for people right now is how much weight it feels like you carry every day. Like just nonstop. It's all coming at you all the time. We have more information than people have ever had about stuff that is going wrong that is actually none of our business. Here's the thing. You should look out for people. There are things happening that maybe don't affect you specifically. It doesn't mean you can't do anything about it. But then there's stuff where I'm like, that sucks for this one person that they wrote a news article about. Do you know what I mean? Like, you'll be getting all sorts of you'll be getting other people's bad news that you can't do anything about and doesn't affect you at all, won't change your life at all. You will get a news notification from like People magazine about which celebrity's yacht sank. You'd be like, all right, I guess Clooney's not having a good day, all right. But the other thing that makes it feel like there's so much weight is that we are the most watched people of all time. Like, we are consistently surveilled. We are the first people who have to be good all the time. And that's exhausting. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. You ever read a history book? People got to be terrible. As terrible as they wanted to be up until now. And look, don't get me wrong, still plenty of terrible people. I'm just saying, there's a pressure now. Now, if you have any shame, it's stressful. It is, because this is what ends up happening. You consistently, most people are like surveilled at work, and it's like normal because it's everybody. There's people right now working a job where they track how often the mouse moves to make sure you're at your computer. There's even technology that they're working on that they want to track your eyes while you're working on your laptop. That's incredibly stressful. Do you know how distracted I get at work? I'd be fired immediately. And then on top of that, you have to be a good person outside. You have to be walking around doing your errands, a good person, because at any moment somebody might put a phone in your face and ruin your life. Then on top of that, you have all this pressure that we all have on us from these expectations of a life that nobody is living. So you gotta be like the perfect spouse, perfect partner, perfect parent, perfect sibling, everything, or else there's gonna be some post about you. And it's too much. Our grandparents didn't have to go through this. Our grandparents could be terrible at least one thing. You could have a guy who was like the best mechanic in the world, just like honest, you know, trying to help you with other problems that might occur with the car and everything. And then he'd go home and beat his kids. But he was a very good mechanic. And that's what we remember. Even at the funeral, they're like, he changed oil fast. Like, never mind generational trauma. They'd be like, no, he always gave you a fair price too. He's a good dude. Everyone else at the funeral's like, I beg to differ, but okay. Oh. Or, you know, you'd have a situation, when I was a kid, there was this one dude in my neighborhood that everybody just kind of took care of. Everybody just helped him out. It took me until I was 20 thinking about it, looking back to realize this man never had a job. And everybody would just help him out. They were like, he's bad at working. He was terrible. Every job he had, he got fired almost immediately. He would get fired so fast you could hardly say he worked there. But people helped him out because he was such a good dude, and he would love to do you a favor. Because that's the thing. He was a good friend. He was a terrible employee. He was a very good friend. Horrible employee. I can't stress this enough. Even the work he would give himself the job of doing you a favor and ruin that as well. There was one time, this dude, as a favor, went ahead and mowed the lawn that was across my grandma's house. And this man, this lawn looked like a leopard by the time he was done. I've never seen a lawn this busted because not only were there whole patches of tall grass left, but he had dug up some dirt, like he had cut a bald spot in the lawn. I don't even know how you do that. Like, I don't even know, because I couldn't tell if the lawnmower stopped working or if he just left. Because I've mowed lawns before. You walk in a straight line and then you turn around. This man was over here being creative. He was just taking left turns that didn't exist. That's crazy. And it's hard because that guy had a good life because he knew his limits. I'm a bad employee. Don't hire me. I'll apply, just to give it a shot, but don't. Look, if you care about your business, you need to keep me far away from it. All right? But then, great friend would listen, give you advice, never job advice, but good, he had a different type of wisdom. He had a different type of understanding of people, could give great advice, and so people took care of him. And he wouldn't be able to make it today. Today, he would be 6 different Reddit posts by 6 different businesses. They'd be like, you'll never believe what this man did. I used to own a printer shop until all the ink caught on fire. It's terrible. And it's not just us. It's what's happening to kids now too. Back in the day, when I was a kid, you could get in a fight at school and they would break it up. They'd be go to class. Gonna give you some detention, maybe suspend you, right? And now we live in a very different world. I'm not in school anymore, but the stories I hear from my friends that are older than me with kids that are big enough to fight, it's wild. Not only if there's a fight at school, are they suspended, 0 tolerance policy? Even if you were defending yourself, even if you were literally I would like to not be hit in the face. Get suspended. They might call CPS on you. They might call somebody up to be like, hey, do you need to be evaluated? Just all this pressure. And that's on top of what we expect kids to learn versus what the lesson is. So then you're already trying to do your best to navigate as a kid where you need to be versus where you are. Meanwhile, colleges are actually lowering standards just so somebody will pay to go. It is great. There used to be some real pressure to get into college, and now colleges are hey, you want to major in buttoning your shirt? We can make that happen, all right? If you got 40 grand, you can major in whatever you want. Write whatever you want on a certificate. Write diploma, Write whatever you want. And so you got kids with all that pressure. That's no wonder the kids get online, go to a video game lobby, and they're some of the worst people in the history of humanity. Yeah, I think that a video game lobby is slightly misunderstood. Obviously, if somebody's saying terrible things, they could be a terrible person. That's fair. But also, maybe they're terrible 10 minutes at a time. Maybe this is the only place left you can go with some anonymity to say horrific stuff and then log off and be that's... I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying that's what's happening. I think plenty of people in video game lobbies are actually terrible people. But I also think that, sometimes you're 14 and you get on there and it's the only place you can be oh! And then log out. You get to shoot, get to kill, and then you get off, and then... Because a lot of kids are ruthless. I remember in high school, there was this kid that would always get picked on. I got picked on some, but he really got it. And I would always take up for him because I was y'all have no self-preservation at all. He clearly a shooter. It it's one thing to pick on me. What am I gonna do? But that kid, I was like, y'all, stop. Y'all quit playing with him, all right? There was one time he got bullied, and it was like 4 or 5 kids and stuff like that. And then the bell rang, and so then they walked off because it was the end of lunch, and I walked right up after him. I was like, I am so sorry about that. Just remember who apologized to you. I'm already struggling in algebra. The last thing I need is to learn how to dodge. This. Do you know what I mean? Because everyone had a kid at their school that you were like, if it was gonna be anybody, you know what I mean? And look, he didn't do anything. And I'm not taking full credit. I'm taking some credit. He didn't do anything. But he he the only person I ever met in my life walked around with mugshot face. Every time he would enter the room, he was just like. I was like, y'all gonna mess with him? That's insane. Leave him alone. And so you gotta be a good person everywhere. Everywhere, all the time. It's exhausting. No wonder we feel like we're about to crack. Because then you gotta be a good person all the time, and then there are plenty of people doing plenty of evil, and the rules don't seem to apply to them. Like we'll literally be like, hey, that's evil. That's a bad thing to do. That's very wrong. And they're like, I know. It's like just the world is their video game lobby, and it's insane. I don't know. Sometimes you just need a win. You know, like getting some small wins here and there. I live in New York, and so we've been doing pretty good, honestly. You know, so, yeah. We have been. You know, you got a lot going on in New York that could make you feel like you're losing. There's a lot of bad stuff happening all the time. And I don't even mean bad as in crime, because sadly, the things I'm talking about aren't illegal. You could just do that. You could just be insane and be part of someone's day. You know, like I'm over here living in New York and just trying to have hope. I'll be getting on the bus sometimes, and that's one of the things about the war, raising prices on everything, raising prices on gas, not to mention the tariffs, not to mention just general inflation. So now gas is too expensive for some people because it's already super expensive to have a car in New York. So now people with a car can't even afford to drive their car as much as they used to drive their car. So now they're taking the bus with me. They're taking the bus with me. And look, I'm bus people, all right? I am. I tell you, I have no problem getting on a bus. A bus is right. I'll see a bus that I don't even need and be like, oh, thank goodness. I'll hop right on a bus. I don't care. But when you see somebody get on a bus that's used to being in a car, they are unbearable. I don't hate a lot of things. But I hate to watch that because you can smell they don't have any bus on them. It's disgusting. They get on the bus, all sad because they know they should be in their car. You know, they get on the bus. The bus will stop and the door will open, they flinch. Oh. It's offensive to bus people, the way they're acting when they get on the bus. Because then the bus door opens, they're over here flinching, and then they look around, and they go to get on, and you can tell when somebody's not bus people, because when they get on the bus, for no reason at all, not to stabilize themselves, just because they feel like they're entering a new world, they will hold the door while they get on this. What is that? Step up. It's a step. Step up. What are you doing? They will hold the doors that are already open and then step up with one foot like they going to Hogwarts. Like just... And then they step into the bus like it's the first day of poverty or something. Like, it's just, we're waiting on you. You know what I mean? Like, all the bus people already stepped up, paid the fare, sat down. They're the only ones over here being delicate with it. And you can see the bus washing over them too, that they're just like trying to accept it in real time. And then they pay the fare, and then they look around at all of us like we bite. Like we just ride the bus. They turn from paying the toes. They walking around looking at everybody like Forrest Gump when he first got on the bus. Just sit down or grab something. The bus, as soon as the door closes, the bus is gonna move. I know this is new for you, but as soon as the door closes, the bus is gonna move. So the last thing I need is you falling into my lap. Whoa! Oh no, a moving vehicle I got on. Yeah, you can tell when they're not bus people too, because they can't just hold on to something. They gotta grab a napkin and wrap it around their hair and then hold on to the rail like you're not in bus air. You breathe in bus right now. You're not better than me. You're not cleaner than me. You are the bus. You need this thing to be $2 too. Don't acting all different. It makes me sick over here. Because they just don't ride the bus right. Like they will sit down next to you, and then you would think that every pothole that the bus hits is war to them. The bus will have a little bounce to it, because it's a bus and it's carrying a lot of people, and there's a lot of weight, and then there's a lot of potholes because it's New York, all right? And you will just have a regular bump. You're on your phone, you're not even paying attention to it. And you see them. Where do you think this bus goes to? Do you think it's the bus to hell? Why are you jumping? Shell-shocked. It's insane. And then even when they hold the rail, they don't hold it right. They don't hold it with any confidence because they barely try and touch it. This is for you. This is to support you. This is so you don't go flying. And then they over here. Which means their legs never look right while they're riding the bus over here. You could tell when they're not bus people because then it's their stop, and they're too eager about their stop. The whole time they're thinking about their stop. We'll be 3 stops away from their stop, and I can tell because they looking at the cord. Like if they don't pull it in time, they gotta live here. And then they do like a Tarzan leap jump from that to the cord, pull the cord. The bus stops and they look at everybody. As if to say goodbye for now. Then they get off, want to take their time. Excuse me. Just go. It's the bus. I figured someone would bump into me today because I'm not in a car. So you could just go. Can't stand it when people not bus people because then they remind you you're not in a car. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a car. And so I'm just sitting here sweating on the bus. And every once in a while, somebody will open one of those windows, which it can cool the bus down. Fair enough. But the person who opens the window is a hero. Because those window seals, like the thing, that's some of the dirtiest metal you will ever touch in your life. Somebody catching something just so that we can all breathe. You have the train. Train's barely better. The train is just better in that it's less random for your route. It's like here's the line, here's where it goes. You can learn it. That's fine. But every train car is a room of a different nightmare. It's a room of a different nightmare. It feel like Five Nights at Freddy's or something like that. Because you be getting on a train and then it's locked. It's locked for as long as it takes to get to the next stop. So it's really just a challenge. Can you survive this for 46 seconds? You know, like you'll get on a train and nobody warns anybody about anything. So then you'll get in a car that a bunch of people getting out of, and you just think that means there's gonna be room. And then you get in there, and as soon as the doors close, you see why everybody switched cars. And it's just one man at the edge of the train car over here. You don't even know what that means. You don't know what he's doing. You don't know if this is a ritual or something. Like, you'll just be standing and you're like, what are you? Is nobody gonna stop him? And they won't, because it's not a crime, because it's actually not illegal. It's not illegal to just stand in a subway car. Like, it's insane. It is morally evil to do it, but it's not illegal. No one will come. Even if you really did run and tell the police, hey. Because that's also what New York does to you. It messes up your point. Because now you can't even point like a regular person, like, hey, it's over there. Because even your hand doesn't know what it is. You're just like, in that general direction. If you call the police in New York, it turns you back into like 5 years old where you were just tattling. You're like, hey, over there is somebody doing something. I don't know what it is. But go check it out. And no one wants to help you less than the NYPD that has been stationed at the subway. Those people, first of all, if you can find a police officer, they're not doing their job, because that means you caught them. I've seen it. I've seen people run and grab a cop who was just in the subway, and you see him go. Because he don't want to deal with it either. Like, he's also a human, so he's like, that's weird, I don't know what to do now. Because now the cop get in the train car, and then this dude had to stop. And now the cop is like, I don't know if this is, like, it's definitely wrong, but I don't even know what I can arrest him for. If he paid his fare, I don't know if there's anything I could do. And everybody's like, you gotta do something. No, it's exhausting. You be trying to do people favors in New York. This thing has happened to me twice now. It happened when I was in an elevator, and one time it happened when I was on a train. Sometimes you try to do a good deed. Sometimes you try to just help somebody out because, hey, we're all people and we're all doing our best for the most part. Sometimes you make someone else part of your day. And you hope that this helpful thing that you do, you don't even need to thank you. You're not a hero. You're just trying to help out. And maybe the doors are about to close. I was in an elevator. Doors about to close. I saw someone who was clearly walking towards the elevator. So what did I do? Bam. Stopped the door. Stopped the door because, look, we had made eye contact. And I don't even know if I can call this one a good deed so much as a passable deed, because we had already made eye contact. So if I did let it close, that would be wild. That would be crazy to be looking at them. There was enough, because they were far enough away that they weren't going to make it at the pace that they were walking. So if they had made eye contact with me and I was just standing in the middle of the elevator, I was just... And so then I held the door. When I held the door, they realized, oh, wow, someone is doing something for me. You could see it in their eyes. They lit up a little bit. They didn't quite say thank you yet, but they gave me the eyebrows of acknowledgement. Oh. They saw what I was trying to do for them. Oh. And then I appreciate that they put it into gear, all right? They stepped it up. They went double time. They didn't run, but they gave it a brisk walk. They were pretty far away. Like, they were down the hallway. They really would not have made it without me. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but and it wasn't until I realized that they were actually walking as fast as they could and that I had held the door how far away they were. Because then I'm not an impatient person, but there was time for me to be like 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. And so then they're getting a little closer, and they're even going to say thank you. And then as they say thank, as they get out the T and the H and the A, they trip. So now, do I help them? Because they haven't tripped anywhere close to the elevator. I cannot stress this enough that I really should have let it go. I should have not held it for them at all. Because they tripped so far away from me that I was like, all right, if I get out and help them, I'm going to lose this door. That's how far they were, that I knew I couldn't get them up and stop the door from closing at the same time. So then this is where things do start to fall on me, all right? Because when they fell, I was like, oh. And then look, I resent them for this because, okay, so they fell, and they fell good. Like, it was they fell, okay. Their fall was unfair for their pace of movement. They fell further and faster than they were walking. They were walking like this, and they fell like they had been hit by a truck from behind. They were walking like this, and they fell like you would think that they had tripped on a hoverboard going 60 miles per hour the way they fell. So then they're on the ground, and there was a part of me, there was a darker part of me that was thinking to myself, I could just let it go right now. But I didn't do that because I still had my arm in the way, and then when they fell, they hit the ground, and then they looked up at me like, looking at me like I tripped you. I held the door for, like, I'm trying to do something good, and they looked up at me like I slid their cereal bowl off the table. And then this is, I did lose it in my head only. I did lose it when they did this because they had fallen, and then they hit the ground and gave it a nice, whatever. Looked up at me. How dare you? How dare you throw that hand out like we just jumped off the Titanic and you caught a piece of board or something. It is not that serious. It's not that serious. And I'm not proud of what I did next. But the way that they were walking and then falling has really given this whole elevator some stakes. Like in my head, I was like, all right, I don't want to lose the elevator for us. It would mean pressing a button all over again. And so they stuck their hand out, and I just I got out of the elevator, but I did just do this. Like, and I guess it didn't occur to either one of us that there's no real danger here. It's genuinely not that serious for either one of us. But instead of them just getting up, they crawled to my hand like we were at war together. And when they started crawling, I was like, ooh, because once again, I cannot stress how far away they were. They were not close to me at all. They crawled for a good, like, 4 or 5 elbows, knees. You know what I mean? They were able to, like, a good couple times. And then finally, I heard somebody behind me say, just let him go. I did forget to mention there was someone else on the elevator the entire time. Who, to be fair to me, didn't do anything. He didn't make any moves at all. Left it all to me and then was like, leave him. Like, no, he's not somebody you could take to elevator war. No, parts of New York are tough for no reason. And so it's nice. It's nice when you have a couple wins, a couple good things happening, you know? Like, Mamdani is out here really changing the game. You know what Mamdani feels like to me? Is work from home. You remember work from home before the pandemic, when you would be like, hey, look, I know it's a Friday, but I have a flight to catch. I have my brother's wedding. I was wondering if I could maybe do some of my work from home, and that way I could make my flight easily, because right now it's gonna be pretty tight from when we get out to me getting to the airport. I swear I can have everything done. I've already planned it out. I made sure that you'll get everything by Friday at 5. If you could just do me this solid. And then our bosses would be like, work from home? Work from... They would act like you asked them for a kidney. Work from home? What do you think this is? This is a business. Work from home? How will we even know if you're working? Work from home. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. This place would fall apart as a business if we just let people work from home. There'd be no more business. Capitalism would fail if we let people work from home. And then the pandemic hits. And then out of nowhere, everybody's working from home. And a lot of places seem to be staying open. They're even making some money. And you think back to that time in like 2019 when you asked if you could work from home and they said no. And you were like, oh, so you're a liar. And that's what Mamdani feels like. It's like politicians could have been doing this stuff the whole time. It turns out, like, Mamdani gets in and he's like, oh yeah, there's just a button. You just have to press this button and then stuff gets done. I don't know why nobody was pressing it before me. It's not like I'm some once-in-a-generation politician. I just saw the button and I pressed it, and the button was caring. It's like you press the do something button. If you press the care button, then something will happen. I don't know why nobody was doing this before. That's crazy. Everybody was acting like the button was in the middle of the earth. You would ask them for something that they promised you. They promised they would do this thing, and they'd be like, hey, look, we gonna get the kids school lunch, all right? Under my leadership, every kid's gonna have school lunch. And then they would get in the office, you'd have the party, yay, school lunch is coming. And they'd be like, you're right, school lunch is coming. And then like 6 months into their term, you'd be like, hey, about that school lunch. And then the politician would be like, oh, okay, so you see, I tried, but it turns out children don't like to eat. Like, they would just... You'd be like, there's no way that's true. What are you talking about? Mamdani got in there and is just doing the stuff he said he would do. This is how you can tell that we have been beat to a pulp as constituents. That like, we look at, like, here's the thing. Mamdani doing good should be the standard. I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm just saying, like, anybody who promises to do something that is good for you should then be doing that thing that's good for you, which is literally how you elect them. They shouldn't be gaslighting you like 8 months later. And we're so used to that him doing the things he said he would do, we're blown away by. We are like a woman on her first good day. Do you know what I mean? We're like, so, wow, you... This is a restaurant. This is a restaurant with food. Wow. Yeah, I asked if you wanted to go on a date. Yeah, I know, but still, like, I thought, wow, they have napkins here. And you're like, what happened to you before I got here? I asked you if you wanted to go on a date, and you said yes. It's like, yeah, but I thought you were gonna like kill me or something. This is incredible. It's like, incredible. I mean, I'm glad you like it, but it's just Joe's Pizza. I don't know. Yeah. Mamdani over here secured $1.2 billion for like child daycare. Yeah. And I don't know, I don't have a kid, so I don't know how like child daycare and I don't know how any of that works. I know that people are already being stretched thin enough to try to afford everything. I imagine that this is gonna help a lot of people, and it makes it so that I don't have to watch them. Yeah, I mean, like, I watched a 2-year-old for 6 minutes one time. And watch is a strong word. I lost a 2-year-old for 4 minutes. I don't know how 2-year-olds are made of something different. There's a point in our life where we are regular people. At around 2 years old, I don't know if you get extra stealthy or extra fast, but you can be gone in a second. I was in the home, by the way. It's not like I lost him at the park or something. I was in the room with him. And then they were like, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. Can you watch him for a second? I was like, sure, I can watch him, no problem, I can watch. And then the 2-year-old is also deceptive because they look like they could be easily watched. Because the 2-year-old will be there. Two-year-old in a high chair. 2-year-old in a high chair with Cheerios. in the high chair, playing with the chair. Can you watch him for a second? Yeah, I can watch him. No problem. It looked like he in like waste jail anyway. Like you got him locked up. I don't know why you even asked me to watch. Look like the high chair gonna watch him. Like I watch him, no problem. And then they were like, okay, great. And they said great. They said great like the parent of a 2-year-old. They said it like, oh, great. It's like said like they had just run 6 miles. And so then they went upstairs, and then I was alone with the kid. I was turning my head, and he's still over here. And then, admittedly, this is on me. This is on me. I turned my head, grabbed the remote, and started flipping channels. I still have the child in my peripheral. Turns out I only had the high chair in my peripheral. Because then I look again, and I see nothing but loose Cheerios on a high chair. And I didn't scream. I covered my mouth so I could scream. I saw that empty high chair like... In my head, I was like, what? How? How? There have been few times in history where something so miraculous happened that people stood and genuinely marveled. One of those times was when Harry Houdini escaped a straitjacket underwater and then appeared back in the crowd that was watching him. Incredible stuff. Incredible. Harry Houdini was in a straitjacket underwater. I don't care what you tell me. He had chains wrapped around him and locks on those chains. I don't care if you tell me, oh, he had the key in his mouth and blah, blah. Okay, let's wrap you in a straitjacket with chains and locks and throw you underwater and then put the key in your mouth and see what happens. I hate when people do that with magic where they're like, they find the thing and they're like, oh, well, that's how, it's like, no, you still don't know how he did this. Tell me how helpful a key is underwater, upside down, with chains and locks wrapped around you and everything. And this man is back in the crowd that's watching him, being all cheeky about, what are y'all looking at? You know? People genuinely marveled. They couldn't believe it. And I wasn't there. That was before I was ever born. But I witnessed something similar. No, I witnessed something similar because how, as a baby, 2 years old, in a high chair, so basically a skyscraper. You basically at the top of the building. How, as a baby, locked in, by the way. Like, this wasn't one of those old school high chairs with just 2 leg holes in it. It was like it had a little seatbelt to it, because she must know this is what he does. And then doesn't warn people. Baby, locked in. How? Gets it off. Comes down. In a second, without being heard. Without being heard. Did the baby jump? Did the baby jump and stick the landing? Did the baby? This is a high chair, so it's table height for a 2-year-old. Did the baby parkour? Did the baby parkour, jump from the high table, roll it out, and then disappear? These I don't know what year you get bones? No, don't look. Because when you come out fresh, you don't have bones like that. You're not solid. Y'all know, babies are basically bags. There's no... Y'all know what I'm talking about. So then, this baby, he's just that flexible. Baby gets out of the high chair. And I'm looking around because there should at least be, in this room that we're in, the shape of a baby somewhere. Do you know what I mean? I should at least see two little legs like crawling under the couch or something. I don't see anything. I don't see anything to the point where I felt like it's happened to a few people. It's happened to Julianne Moore. It's happened to Sam Worthington. I felt like I was in one of those movies where they're like, there was never a kid. And then also, this is a trip to the bathroom. They're not running errands, so they'll be back any second. So then they'll also see that there's no baby where they left the baby. So now I'm freaking out. Knees bent, looking under stuff doesn't even make sense for a baby to be under. Living room connected to the kitchen, so I'm looking everywhere. I'm looking in the microwave. I'm looking everywhere. I don't see this baby anywhere. I'm freaking out. I think I am going to throw up. You have to understand how devastating it is to lose a child in a minute and a half in the child's home. This baby lived here. Once again, we are not in a supermarket where the kid can just like walk away while I'm turned around. They only know the space the way I know the space. And it was dumb. It was dumb. I was looking around. I was opening books. Stuff that didn't even make any sense, but I was like, look, it already doesn't make sense. The baby's gone. There are no bad ideas right now. Just when I'm about to come clean, just when I'm about to like go upstairs and knock on the bathroom door and be like, hey, are you sitting down? Because I have some bad news. No, just when I'm about to come clean, I hear channel change. And I turn around, and the baby is on the couch with the remote, like. I don't know how the baby got on the couch. This is a tall couch. This is one of those recliner couches, so the couch is like substantially high. Did the baby like pull the lever so the recliner came up and then he could climb on? Like, do babies do pull-ups like that? Like, and then Mom came down and was like, oh, look at you, you know. Loves her kid, excited to see her kid again, even though it's been 6 minutes. You know? She's like, oh, look at you, you put him here? And I was like, yeah, you know, I thought like, I don't know, I thought little man might want to watch something, so I, you know, hand him the remote, you know, give him some independence. No, she has no idea what happened until now. But yeah, sometimes you're in dire enough straits, things are tough enough, and you just need a couple wins. And it feels good to get those wins. You saw Mamdani close a $12 billion deficit. That's crazy. Did it without raising property taxes. Closed a $12 billion. I'm not great with math. But our last mayor, Eric Adams, left Mamdani a $12 billion. Do you know how bad you gotta mess up for the extra zeros it takes to billions? $12 billion, the B, $12 billion deficit. This man closed it. It's incredible stuff. At $12 billion, if you told me I lived somewhere that owed $12 billion, I'd be like, no, I don't. You must be talking about somebody else. I live in Michigan. You even see the Knicks winning. The New York Knicks have been winning. And man, when I tell you that the Knicks are putting in so much work to make up for every fan that's been disappointed for 30 years in a row. One thing that the news keeps doing, talking about the Knicks winning, is they're like, the Knicks haven't been to the finals since '99. They haven't been to the finals since The Matrix was in theaters. It's like, stop doing that. Do you know how embarrassing that is? That would be like saying, Josh hasn't been on a date since Ricky Martin's hit Living La Vida Loca was on the radio. It's like, what are you doing? That actually makes me feel worse when you do that. Yeah. No, it's just fun. That's such a funny metric that we do to people in sports that athletes always let it go. Teams always let it go. But I would be like, y'all, quit doing that. Imagine if you had a great accomplishment for your career. You actually weren't part of all the not winning from before. And you're doing a great thing in your career. They're like, man, things haven't been this good for y'all since Nelson Mandela, Maya Angelou, and Mother Teresa were all alive. So you can tell people's days are just turned around when you even bring up the Knicks. You'll be getting robbed and you're like, but the Knicks winning. And they'll be like, you right. The Knicks win has got me watching old footage. Old basketball footage. Not even old footage of the Knicks. I don't know why, but I'm just watching old basketball footage. I saw, and look, I don't know exactly where it's from, but I saw this old footage of a high school basketball game, and it looks like it's from the 50s or 60s. This is like a real film footage. And it's a high school game. And it looked like maybe the first desegregated game. And this footage is wild to watch. There was black dude over here. And in the entire clip, he's the only one with the ball. He ran it all the way up the court, and then not only did he run up the court, he was juking everybody, and you could tell that the white players had never seen anything like this before. Not only were they falling down, they looked genuinely offended. They were like, we had a gentleman's agreement that you would run this way, in this direction only. You violated the social contract. Because this dude was over, at one point, he didn't even do what felt like a stealthy move. He just is dribbling and he goes like this. And then the guy that was running up to guard him just goes, up. And as I was watching, I was like, man, that must have been two very wild bus rides home. Because obviously the team with the black and white players, that desegregated school, they probably had a remember the Titans moment. You know? They probably over here like, sit next to me, Jamal. And I know that all-white team had a quiet ride home. They rode home on that bus plotting. They were over here, my daddy a judge, all right? Like, we gonna figure something out.